Hello, Julie here. Thanks for joining me for this Plan With Me video where I'm going to be talking about using scrapbook paper in your planner spreads. I'll be using this 12 by 12 scrapbook pad that I got from a shop in the UK called The Works. You may have seen me put out a recent video where I used it to make two really cute planner covers, and there is a flip through of this pad in that video, so I won't do that again. But as I was flipping through the pages, I got some inspiration for some planner spreads that I want to make for winter. Hopefully you're watching this video because you're somebody who has a stash of scrapbook paper, or if not, you're curious to see what scrapbook paper can add to your planner layouts. In every scrapbook pad you find a combination of designs. The majority have some sort of pattern, like we've got these snowflake designs in here. There are some that have really big designs on the page. This one has got some photorealistic pages like the deer and the plants and the trees. But the type of design I'm going to use today are the pages that have the little scenes on them. So here we've got some polar bears, some deer, some people playing out in the snow, and some more people building snowmen with snowballs. One thing you can do if you've got scrapbook paper is look at it and see if it reminds you of any sticker books that you've got in your stash. So let me turn to the page I'm going to start by using today, which is this one. This reminded me immediately of some stickers I had in a Planything sticker book. This one, Winter Days, where you can see we have a whole skiing theme with the mountains, and the greys coordinate really well. So I want to put these together to make a spread in my creative journal. The other pages that reminded me of sticker books that I already have are this one with the deer. And that reminded me of a couple of Happy Planner sticker books. This Woodland Seasons Christmas, although that's quite Christmassy themed, but it does have deer and foxes and lots of the fir trees in. And also this Fall Harvest sticker book. There were a couple more in this pad that inspired me. If I can find them. This polar bear one, because I knew that I was going to be making a spread for International Polar Bear Day, and I have this animal sticker book from Amber Plans a Day, which has some really lovely polar bear stickers in it, and the colours again coordinate really well. Finally, there was this one. Which reminded me of these fun Planything people building snowmen in the Seasonal Vibe sticker book, and also Seasonal Houses and Trees in Amsterdam. Obviously you won't have this particular pad or the same sticker books that I have, but I think if you go through your scrapbooking stash you might be surprised what you find that is compatible with the stickers you have. I'm using dot grid paper from Live Love Posh. And this is a spread for my creative journal, so I will need to make sure I leave plenty of room to write as well. When I look at the page design, it does repeat, so I don't want too much of the same image. So what I'm going to do is draw myself a little line around here, I think, so that I don't have the church in twice, and then use this in this corner here. First thing I did was measure the length of the scrapbook paper so that I've got it going all the way along the bottom. I just marked it with a pencil and then drew a line from that around the pictures that I wanted to include. I've tried to make sure that there's very little repetition of what the people are doing in the spread. So I'm cutting around this person pulling the tree along. I know that's a little bit Christmassy, but I don't think it matters. And then I will just have one of him. Let's just see how that looks. The idea I had was to have this scene on this page and then to use the stickers to make a scene on this page. Normally I like to tear the scrapbook paper so I get that white edge, but obviously with this design I couldn't do that because I didn't want to tear any of the houses. I'll put that to one side for now and work on the other half of the spread. I was going to use some grey blue scrapbook paper to make a mountain area for the skiers to go on, but I found this piece of blue glittered scrapbook paper and I think this is just perfect. It's not loose glitter, it's that encapsulated glitter, so it's not going to shed all over my planner. It is a little bit on the thick side, but I already know that using scrapbook paper does bulk up my planner and I don't mind. For continuity, I'm wondering about whether I should have some of it on this side and then bring some of it in here just as a little border. I'm not sure how easy this will be to tear, but I'm going to give it a go. And ideally I want that white edge. This is tricky because I want it to follow the shape of what I've already cut. Let's see how that looks. And then I'm going to be left with this area here. I want to have the cable car at the top, but because I haven't got the white edge on this, I might just rip this a little bit so that I can shape it a little bit better. But I want it to look like a mountain. Something like that. So I think I need to put some stickers down just to see how they combine with the scrapbook paper. Because I wanted to have this at the top and it looks a little bit strange just floating mid-air, what I'm going to do is just get a piece of white card and make another mountain to go behind that this can settle on. I've just torn the edge so that I've got that white edge look. Let's see if that's any better. I think I need to have it a little bit over so that I can have that sitting on it. I've trimmed it down. And I want to make sure I get it at the right height. So it's about here. I forgot I wasn't going to have a straight edge, but never mind. And then we'll sit this as high up as we can. position this over something like that. It might have been better if I'd chosen some grey card, because that really doesn't show probably on camera, but I can see the difference. Also, you don't have all the little dot grids showing on that piece. In case you're thinking, what about all the function? Then I will still have room to write. I will be using all this space at the bottom. I don't always fill the page up as much as this, but I don't have a lot to write some weeks. So I think these two areas at top and bottom will be enough. I'm thinking I could even bring in zebra mild liners and draw lines, if I'm feeling particularly brave, that is. I talked in my Word of the Year video about how I found it hard to be consistent with my journal last year. So I think having less space at the moment is one thing that will help me until I've made my journaling a habit, which is what I'm planning. I like it so far, except this bottom, but I could section this off with some washi. I'll add a couple of the skiers. And then some of the snowboarders. I have no idea about skiing or snowboarding. I'm sure they're probably not all allowed to be on the same slope together, going different ways. I'm not sure how well this will stick to the glittery paper, but I thought it'd be good to have a house on here to link with the houses on that side. Just down the bottom. Let's see if it sticks. I could have put it on white label paper, but I think that's okay. We'll add one more. And then we have these children building a snowman at the bottom. And maybe this girl waiting at the top. And we'll finish with this girl waiting at the bottom. If you do need more space for writing, something you could do if you're making a snowy scene is actually, I could have put a book sticker over this and then written on it. So now I need to find some washi to section that area off. I have this Planything grey scallop, which pulls in the grey from this side. I have it that way, or that way. I think I'll have it this way for a change. Normally always have it the other way up. Not quite straight. And this is super cute. I could easily add boxes here, a long box or a couple of the double boxes and a couple of the double boxes or a long box here. But one of the things I have been talking about in my Word of the Year videos is that I'm finding the boxes quite constraining, because sometimes I like to go into depth when I'm talking about something and then I reach the end of the box. So I'm thinking for this week I might try the lines rather than just leave it completely plain and see how I get on with that. I tested out a couple of zebra mild liners, a grey and these two blues, and I'm going to go with this middle blue. It's not a perfect match, but it's nice and light, whereas this one's a little bit too bright. So I'll be right back when I've drawn the lines. Okay, I went for it with the zebra mild liners. Not sure whether I made the right decision. I used the thin side of the zebra mild liner to draw a line, and initially I did alternate spaces on the dot grid paper, and then I thought, well, I'm not going to have very many lines to write on. I'm sure I can squeeze a line in between, and I did, but only just. So I'm not sure I like how it looks, but I've got lines to write in and it's something different to try. I left a little gap here and here because I thought I could maybe find a quote, and I need to put the dates at the top. I found two quotes in the Winter Day sticker book. So we have this winter fun and let it snow. I'm wondering if I should bring in just a few of the bullet points as snow. I did that before in a Planything spread and it looked quite nice. Just as this area is a little bit plain at the top, I won't go crazy, just a few. I've given this tip before and it looks really cute on a spread. We haven't got any snow at the moment, thankfully, though it has turned cold again. So I hope that doesn't mean that snow is on the way. It's very subtle, but I think it does add something. I have this Planything snowflake washi, which I think would finish it off nicely at the top. And then we will be done. I don't like this one being so near, so I'm wondering if I can get this sticker up and move it a little bit nearer. Or maybe not. I think it will have to stay. So there's my spread using scrapbook paper to match some stickers in your stash and build a little scene on your page. I hope this might help you see your scrapbook paper in a different way and actually put some of it to use. If you're interested in seeing how I get on using the other pieces of scrapbook paper with the sticker books that I showed at the beginning of the video, then look out for that content coming up in future Plan With Me videos. Until then, happy planning, take care, and see you soon.